starting lineup for the Louisville Cardinals. At guard, a 6-foot junior out of Briarwood, New York, number 2, Russ Smith. At guard, a 6-foot senior out of Seattle, Washington, number 3, Peyton Siva. At center, a 6'11 junior from Senegal, number 10, Gorgie Jang. At forward, a 6'5 sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 20, Wayne Blackshear. And at forward, a 6'6 sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 21, Shane Buchanan. The head coach for Louisville is Rick Pitino. Assistant coaches are Viking Jones, Kevin Keats, and Kareem Richardson.
Well, the starting lineups are set for this matchup between number 2 Louisville, number 14 Missouri. Louisville out of the Big East. Missouri, of course, in the Southeast Conference for the first time. As you look at Tony Green, Don Daly, Terry Oglesby, the officiating crew for this final semifinal contest that will determine who will play Duke. For the Battle of Atlantis Championship, we'll have the consolation and championship games tomorrow right here on the NBC Sports Network, beginning at 7 Eastern. Bowers and Zhang, and Gorgie Zhang controls the tip. Louisville with the basketball.
When you talk about athletes, you're going to enjoy this game tonight.
And a quick whistle away from the ball is Alex Oriaki, number 42, is going to pick up the foul. The transfer from the University of Connecticut, ironically, a team that was here in the initial battle for Atlantis, so he's going to hold the distinction as the only guy that's played in 2 of these.
A lot of new guys on this Missouri team. Only 2 guys in uniform on this team now that were in uniform last year. The transition will be tough, but you have a guy like Pressey who can keep guys in order.
Here is Pressey with the basketball. Bell, Bowers, Ross, Oriaki, the other starters. Bowers inside and off the hands of Oriaki, couldn't control it.
It's a good play. Louisville going to that 2-3 zone. They're going to force Pressey to beat them over the top. The key is getting in behind that defense.
And a problem with the scoreboard. We had this, if you weren't with us, in that first semifinal game, the scoreboard switched to the wrong team names, which
I'm trying to get acclimated to what it's like to touch the basketball, and he's playing with the right guy that can get him feeling comfortable, and that is Pressey.
You know, the NCAA put the postseason ban on the Huskies, and Oriaki transferred. He was allowed to play right away. And they had the clock issue straightened out. And now they're, if I read the officials' lips correctly, issue with the shot clock. And they got the clock at 19:24, which is where it should be. And we are ready to go. Peyton Siva, who struggled last night in the win over Northern Iowa, pulls up for the 18-footer that is short.
A lot of shots were short last night as well. They get up that rotation. It's almost like a knuckleball. Really like to see Peyton Siva flicking that wrist, get some good rotation on. I thought he had too much air under the ball last night.
Pressey, he lets one go from deep and knocks it down.
You know, Pressey is not a willing scorer. I know he's averaging 16 points. When you talk to their staff, they say we need him to do more of that scoring.
Boy, good strength there by Smith to get out of that double team. Smith had some spectacular plays to bail out Louisville late in shot clock situations. And that win over Northern Iowa. A lot of traffic under there, but Blackshear able to finish.
Boy, Blackshear is a guy who can do it inside. He can do it out. I mean, this is just a terrific, terrific opportunity for Blackshear to show what he can do, not only on the perimeter, but especially inside. They will find him in there.
Bauer sets the high screen. Now Ross for Pressey. Oriaki sets the screen. Offensive foul. And Gorgie Zhang paid a price.
Yeah, he's grabbing that left wrist. And Zhang, we always talk about him as being a shot blocker. And we've seen him in the last couple games take 2 or 3 charges, just being in the right position at the right time. And you hope he just fell on it, and that's just a slight sprain, but this is just good awareness, good recognition. Wow, and he was actually a foot off the ground there as he took the charge. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, 1 foot out of bounds.
Jeez. That's an unfortunate call for actually both players in that instance.
Zhang being attended to on the bench. Zach Price, number 25, comes into the ball game for Louisville and gets up and gets a hand on the ball, but now it's out of bounds, turned over by the Tigers. It'll be Cardinal basketball.
And that's what Ross is. He's an energy guy. Doesn't always think his way through the game, but it's hard to criticize him because he plays so hard.
Now Siva, Blackshear, wide open for the 3, rims in and out. Powers the rebound. Here comes Pressey. Looks to the right, passes to the left. Bell with a spin move.
Louisville staying in that zone. And I think you'll take that if you're Patino's group. Pressey shooting, what, 23, 24 footers.
Now Smith again. Blackshear thought about it. Siva gets the high screen. Backs up. And a 3-second violation called against the Cardinals.
Missouri does a good job of taking up space, as you see. Gorgie Zhang checking back in, got that wrist wrapped up. And that's good to see for Cardinal fans, but defensively, Missouri knows how to take up a lot of space. Long arms defensively, talking, communicating, guys being on a string.
Now Pressey into the lane, lobs it to the rim. He was looking for Oriaki, but put too much on it.
Yeah, just too high, but a good job. Explosiveness, change of speed, getting into the interior. Missouri in their little 1-3-1 zone. And you got to get to the baseline. And I don't care if it's a 2-3, a 1-3-1. You get behind the defense on that baseline, good things happen.
Jane Bohannon was able to knock down that little 8-footer. Pressey into the lane, kicks it to the corner, and that is good by number 33, Ernest Ross. The transfer out of Auburn. Guy that brings some SEC experience to this Missouri team.
And he looks like an SEC football player.
Does he ever?
Saw him walking through the lobby.
Now Siva into the lane. He thought about it. I think he thought about it too late. Blackshear picks up the deflected ball off the backboard and in.
That's a tough one there. I think the official fell into what the crowd saw. We got about 4,000 miles they have. Let's say 2,000 officials in here for Louisville. And this is what you want to do. When you try to beat the zone, get in behind it. And at the other end, Ross coming over from the SEC, knocking down a 3. And here, you got to do it with your defense if you're Missouri.
Dan Patrick Calls.
Mike D'Antoni.
Go back to our tropical paradise that has been converted into college basketball territory. And yes, each of the 8 schools, we mentioned this over the last couple of days of our broadcast, have traveled their friends and family, supporters, alums in terrific fashion.
Boy.
And Pressey called for the offensive foul. But they have been tough on these offensive fouls.
Well, watch the left arm. I agree with that one. The one previous, when Jang was basically out of bounds and took it on Pressey, I don't agree with that one. The one down here on Blackshear, another questionable one. And I think at times, especially in this environment, the crowd is right on top of the officials. And I think they're feeling some pressure to make certain calls when you have, 4,000, 2,000, whatever the number is, helping you to make that call.
Diva off the screen. Jang to the baseline. Front rim.
I just don't want Jing shooting a 1-2 pull-up jump shot from 12 feet, even 8 feet. I want him catching that ball in the paint.
Now Smith the other way. Lays it in and he's fouled.
How do you catch him? He's just so fast. He's so explosive. They have him listed at 6 feet tall, but he plays so much bigger. Look at him, active, aware, and just gets right underneath Ross for the finish. Here's another really, really good look. The concentration when you see a guy as big and as strong as Ross running at you to focus on that rim and finish. Terrific job.
Completes the three-point play, and now Louisville into their full court pressure. Webster Town, the freshman out of Scarborough, Ontario, into the ball game. 24 minutes yesterday in the win over Stanford, had 3 points with just 1 for 7 shooting.
Yeah, Webster Chan's going to have to understand that pressure comes at you hard and heavy. You got to use your teammates. I love the zone look by Louisville.
Now Bowers for Bell. Webster Chan again. Bowers swings it. Far side. 3-ball on the way. Just off the mark. Tipped up by one of the Missouri players that got well above the rim. Back the other way. Bohannon lays it up too strong. And a lot of contact there, and they let him go. And that was Ryan Rosberg, number 44. Is in the ball game for Frank Haight. And Webster Chan turns it over. Here is Smith. He'll look to dunk. No, he'll spin it off the glass. Tipped up and in by Blackshear. They're going to call it offensive goaltending.
See, now, I thought he should have given that ball up. You had 2 guys trailing. And here, I agree. I'm sorry, I agree with this. There might have been a foul there, but if you don't call it, you can't call it now. His hands are straight up in the air. And here you got 2 guys trailing. I love Russ Smith's energy, and you want him to go hard, but you have to be aware of what's happening around you. 2 teammates wide open. You got to give that ball up.
Smith knocks it away, draws the contact, and count the basket.
Does this kid play every single possession or what? Now you know why Rick Pitino names a horse after him. A thoroughbred. A winner. Look at that. Pokes it away. Knows where he is on the floor. Hangs and finishes.
Yeah, I think the horse's name is Rusticulous, and that's what that play was right there.
Exactly what that was. Talk about just bottling your energy. I mean, he is thunder in a bottle. Russ Smith.
It's the free throw to give Louisville now the 4-point lead. Jankovic, number 35 in the ball game now for Missouri. Little hook pass inside. And again, a lot of hands in the way, much like we saw VCU and Duke playing defense in that last game. Better be able to handle the ball on the court with these 2 teams. Hancock open for the 3, knocks it down.
Yeah, that's just good offense right there. Hancock shifted down a little bit late, but Peyton Siva, the hesitation get to the baseline. He drives, you have to drift to that corner. Hancock feeling pretty good about himself. And, you know, Peyton Siva, look, turns the corner, hesitates. A little misdirection, and then Hancock wide open. I mean, that play was all set up by Peyton Siva's ability to handle the basketball in the interior.
Well, you mentioned that Rick Pitino named a horse after Russ Smith, and there he is, Russ-diculous. Not the only horse named after a player. Horse named Siva that was supposed to run earlier today, or excuse me, tomorrow at Churchill Downs, but apparently is not going to run in that race. Louisville on a 13-3 run. And a foul coming up here. Going to go against number 11, Luke Hancock.
He's feeling pretty good about himself. Knocks down a three. He's going to try to get up in you and play a little bit of defense. You have to play smart, though. The refs have already come out and said we're going to control what happens in this game, calling 3 offensive fouls thus far.
And Hancock came in having hit only 4 of 29 three-pointers. That's going to be good for his confidence. Now Pressey looking for the screen. Pulls up for the short shot that hit the front rim.
Right now, Missouri's one and done.
Nice look ahead, and Behannon fouled by Jankovic as he went for the slam.
Well, we talked horses and we talked thoroughbreds. Behannon is one of Rick Pitino's thoroughbreds. Look at him out in transition. And that ball was getting dunked. I don't think there was any question. He was trying to finish that one. And just a great job defensively. And then you come down. You keep Missouri to only 1 shot. Come down in transition and make them pay.
Now Louisville, the only school in the country, Donnie, that has 3 players on the Wooden nominee list. Behannon being one of them, along with Zhang and Siva. Webster Chan turns it back. With 2 Canadians on the floor.
And that shot was deflected by Zhang.
Nice look inside. And Lawrence Bowers, the senior from Memphis. Speaking of players from Memphis, how about Andre Hollins, the losers bracket for Minnesota, dropping 41 against the Memphis Tigers as Siva hits the 3.
Better rotation. You know, at times he shoots the ball so high it probably could hit the ceiling in this arena.
Siva got there late, going to be called for the block.
And I like Siva's thought process there. You understand, Pressey already has 2 fouls. 1 more, and this game changes tremendously for Missouri. And just couldn't get there quick enough. A heads-up play.
Webster Chan. Bowers inside. Oriaki backs his man down, turns around, soft with the left hand, and rolls it in.
It's going to be huge for them. He's got to score inside, whether it's offensive rebounds or shots like that. You get Zhang deep, you have to attack the shot blocker.
Hancock, that was deflected. Bowers got a piece of that. He runs out. He was looking for the ball. They couldn't get it to him. Now Pressey, a little bit out of control. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. And it will be Louisville ball when we come back. Frank Hayes' team down by 7. Championship with Kentucky. Then he went to Boston where he ran the whole show, and now in Louisville. I mean, quite a career. I mean, there's not many coaches, can't think of any others that have bounced back and forth between college and the NBA like that.
I tell you, just as a former player at both levels, it's an impossible transition for coaches.
Good pressure defense there by the Tigers of Missouri. apologize, still having some technical issues with the clock. As Hancock gets a hand on the ball, he thought he knocked it off of Pressey. The official says no. But the score you see there is correct. Louisville up by 7.
It's interesting, a lot of low-scoring affairs, and I've had people ask me, you know, throughout the resort, is it because of the room that they're playing here to the arena? But I don't think so. I think it's, you have two teams here playing zone. You have just some very, very good teams, very good defensive teams.
Oriaki strong and finishes, and he'll go to the line.
Tell you what, remember, Alex Oriaki, transfer from UConn, has some experience against Gorgui Dieng. He knows he's going to go up strong. You have to go into his body. And Alex Oriaki has the shoulders, he has the strength, and he has the length to be able to contend with Dieng.
Couldn't knock down the free throw to complete the three-point play. Ziva pulls it back out. Good catch underneath by Terrell, who's in the ball game, number 24. He came off the bench and gave Rick Pitino some good rebounding. Ziva, deep three, and from the same spot he hit one before our last commercial break. He knocked one down again.
Pretty good rotation as well on that one, and didn't think about it. At times, Peyton Ziva indecisive with scoring. He knows when he's going to make the pass, but he has to make the same decisions when he wants to score.
Ross unable to hit the three-point attempt for Memphis. Back the other way, Ware snapped that pass. And they're going to count the basket. I don't think that was going in. At least from our vantage point, it didn't look like it. But a foul and count the bucket.
Thought process, your mindset, what is it if you're Missouri? And just a great play by Dieng, swing the ball. Peyton Ziva, we talked about his auxiliary guys. This is one of them. That is just really unnecessary if you're Alex Oriaki. That is not a smart play, especially when you're in a hole early in this game.
Dieng misses the free throw. Webster Chan has it now. Played at Huntington Prep in West Virginia. I mentioned one of two Canadians on the roster. Pull up from the side by Tony Criswell is good. The junior out of Oklahoma City.
Criswell, another guy. You're going to have to come up with some points. He only averages 4 points a game, but you have to keep the zone honest. And if you can knock down those mid-range jump shots, if you're Criswell, you will stay on the floor.
Dieng with a miss. Harrell contested, but it's Missouri that comes away with it. Pressey, what a quick move, and look at that execution on the one-hand floater. Louisville with a 6-point lead. Again, the winner of this game will play Duke in the championship game tomorrow. The loser of this game will play VCU in the consolation, and we will have both of those games tomorrow night beginning at 7 Eastern right here on the NBC Sports Network. Ziva, Ware, Hancock, Dieng. Bohannon on the court for Rick Pitino. Here's Hancock wide open, knocks it down.
You know, they talked about Dieng and working on his 15-foot to 12-foot jump shot in that zone, but he is a terrific passer for a big guy in that middle area. The ball gets to the middle, you break that zone down, find shooters.
Pressey, pull up, knocks it down. Boy, he is a confident young man right now in his offensive game.
I got to talk to the assistant coach, Dave Lato, and ask him what he was talking about. He told me we're trying to get Pressey to be more aggressive. He doesn't really look to score.
Bohannon had it slapped away, recovers, lays it up short. Webster Chan comes away with it. Finds Pressey. Long range three. Boy, that rimmed in and out, and on the putback, going to have a Louisville foul.
And that's what Alex Oriaki has to do. Offensive rebound, take advantage when Dieng is not in the play. And here, Pressey, look at that, change of direction. Nice little mid-range pull-up. When you're 6 feet tall, well, I'm giving him an inch. When you're 5'11" on a good day, you need to create a mid-range game for yourself, and Pressey has that.
Blackshear checks back in, replacing Hancock, who sits down for the Cardinals. Both these teams come in at 4-0. Rick Pitino's team with wins over Manhattan, Sanford, Miami of Ohio, and of course Northern Iowa in this tournament. Missouri with wins over SIU, Edwardsville, Alcorn State, Nicholls State, and Stanford here in the battle for Atlantis. Out of bounds, last touch by the Tigers. Moriaki with a couple of misses at the free throw line. Webster Chan getting up tight, pressuring Siva. Now Siva skips it. Blackshear for the three that is no good. Jang ended up on the floor again. Pressey to the corner. Jankovic, there's some contact there, but he was short on the three. Here comes Smith. What will he do here? Too hard off the glass. And Jang couldn't put it back in.
Teams try to get up and down a little bit. Have to convert. Russ Smith, we've seen him miss a couple layups now. But you can't fault his energy level.
After the Webster Chan miss, Cardinals with the ball in a 7-point lead, just over 7 minutes remaining here. In the first half is Siba. Blackshear pulls up, rims in and out.
Louisville getting every shot they want, shooting 37%. Missing layups, some mid-range shots. The positive is, though, they are getting the shots they want to get.
Moriaki, difficult pass. Unable to convert was Criswell. Jankovic has it now. He goes to the basket. Knocked Chang over. And it's going to be a blocking foul.
Wow, and both officials guessing there. What's the other one going to say? Someone's got to make a call immediately. Both officials, hand in the air.
I just looked at the outside official who let the other official call it, and he said, I had the same call. We'll never know for sure, but that's what he said.
Well, we know what call Rick Pitino had.
Each other.
Well, one official in front of the bench wasn't making the call. He was too close to Pitino.
So Jankovic makes one of two. And it's Webster Chan that has the challenge of staying with the shifty Peyton Siva. Siva left open, tries the three, rims in and out. Criswell with a rebound. Back the other way, a little bit out of control was Ernest Ross. And it's going to remain Memphis basketball.
Blackshear on the floor. Guys playing hard. Right now, Louisville has forced 9 Missouri turnovers. It's led to 11 points, but Missouri has to understand, take care of the basketball. And Louisville's doing it out of a zone. That's the most interesting thing.
Criswell with a turnaround, nice looking shot there.
Got a season average, and again, he's a guy that's going to have to make buckets for them to break that zone down.
One of the new faces, the transfer, started 8 games as a freshman at Alabama Birmingham. Ill-advised long shot by the Cardinals and an ill-advised pass by Pressey. Nowhere near the hands of Ernest Ross.
Yeah, and I don't know why he's yelling at Ross. Ross wanted to stop for a three, and once Ross didn't get the basketball, he stepped backwards. Pressey throwing that ball about 65, 70 miles an hour with one hand.
Smith now for Siva. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Zach Price. Number 25 is in the ball game.
Yeah, Zach Price just not comfortable hasn't gotten a ton of minutes playing with Peyton Siva, doesn't really understand his change of direction. He sets it one way, Peyton starts to change direction, and then he moves. You got to stay still as a big.
Get over, quiet.
Now Ross. The Rosberg, nice quick drop step against Van Treese, kicks it out for the wide open three. Webster Chance rattles it in and out. Siva, Cardinals have numbers. Smith open beyond the arc was short. Pressey giving Russ Smith a little taste of his own medicine. Tigers couldn't convert. Now Siva nearly lost the basketball, keeps the dribble alive, finds Smith in the corner, and he couldn't knock that three down.
Right now, Louisville is ice cold. And Missouri is really continuing to get that ball in Pressey's hand and let him do his thing in transition.
Well, he did a great job, Pressey, there, controlling that basketball. Louisville hasn't had a field goal since the 9:07 mark of this first half.
Missouri on an 11-3 run right now.
Siva leaning in to get the contact.
Change of direction, a little hop step.
Good hands, strong
pivot.
though.
Yeah, for a little guy too. You know, you have to have strong hands. Pivots. Nice little floater.
Siva rattles that around several times and in.
A lot of movement in this shot. You know, he brings that ball back. And it's almost like two, three motions from where he sets it. It's got to be as close to one. When you see great shooters, they are already in a shooting position, and it just goes up and they follow through. Guys who are trying to figure it out, it's usually two or more different moves in that shot. And that's going to be the thing that a lot of NBA scouts will look at. You know, can he make free throws one, but can he consistently knock down a jump shot if he needs to?
Struggled last night, 3 for 12 from the floor in that win over Northern Iowa. Missouri's got to hurry. It's going to be a 10-second violation.
Boy,
great job again by Russ Smith and that Louisville defense.
I don't know if there is a more exciting or more important play to coaches than a 10-second call. That tells you right there, your team is doing the job with the pressure. 2
deflections that don't go on the stat sheet.
Exactly. I'm going to make my case. They need to add deflections to the stat sheet.
Lob to the rim, Van Treese lays it in.
You get behind the defense, Peyton Siva will find you.
Russ Smith got a hand on the ball again. Bell spins and lost the ball, and Siva's going to be called for the foul. Keon Bell at the line. Knocks down the front half of the 1-on-1. Each team with 8 team fouls.
And with 3:44 to go, I don't know if either team has really established, you know, who they are, what they exactly they want to do. Maybe Louisville, you could say, they get you in a zone, they turn you over, but they just have not made shots. I mean, how many times have we seen that already in this tournament with VCU? You know, they're getting wide open shots. They're forcing you to turn the ball over. They just cannot finish.
Van Treese, Ware, now Smith. Snaps it. Hancock into the lane. Ware pulls up, too strong. And Criswell with a rebound.
Pretty good job by Hancock slowing Pressey down. I mean, that's a gamble right there. Hancock nowhere near the foot speed of a Pressey, but just shows up enough to show him that he's there.
Well, that was close. It looked like the official told him you took 2 steps before you dribbled it. Behannon. Out of Hancock. Van Treese. Ware. Difficult pass. Too many hands there.
Yeah.
Campbell comes up with it. And Smith going to be called for the foul.
You love the idea Missouri has of just getting that ball and going, even if it's not in Pressey's hand. That means you have a guy like Bell who can handle the basketball, Webster Chan who can handle the ball. But it takes a little bit of pressure off of Pressey, and it gives him an opportunity to maybe run one of those wings and make a decision from there.
Bell, the transfer from Pepperdine, who practiced with the team all last year. He's considered in most publications to be one of the top impact transfers in the country. Makes it a 2-point ball game. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Now Smith, difficult pass. Van Treese couldn't get it. Now Bell, Criswell to the corner, and Oriaki misses the 15-footer, and a foul against Missouri.
And that's a tough one there. Ross doing the job. He gets the rebound. And if he went straight up and came straight down, you know, you have to, there's someone underneath you. And Ross, one of those guys, again, doesn't always play a mindful game. He just kind of goes and plays. You need those guys on your team, but they also need to understand where you are on the floor, the time, the score, and your foul situation.
Blackshear knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. Each team now with 9 team fouls here in the first half. Blackshear makes them both. Louisville into their full court pressure. Webster Chan going to take what the defense gives him, runs into Van Treese. And that time an offensive foul.
Tell you what, this could be a record for offensive foul calls in a half. 4 already in this game, and that was a good call. And this is where we talked about that lost start. Webster Chan has to pull up. You got a big guy in front of you, maybe that little floater. And that's 13 turnovers for Missouri, and only 4 assists.
Nice job by Criswell to close out there on Smith. Van Treese. Now Ware to Blackshear. Pulls up for the 15-footer. It's good.
Rick Pitino said in shoot-around the other day, if we can get him to make shots, we're going to be pretty darn good.
Pressey for 3, knocks it down.
Well, Pressey just needs to shoot the basketball, stay aggressive. He has 5 turnovers. Keep it in your hands and go score.
He's got 12 points to lead all scorers in the ball game. 3-point Cardinal lead. Smith with the floater, no good. Tipped up again. Smith gets it, and he puts it in.
Well, when things are going your way, shots like that just fall right to you, and you've earned it. Russ Smith with the steal and the finish.
Not too many people are going to take the ball away from Phil Pressey, and I think even Pressey was surprised at the quickness and the reach of Smith to get in there like that and knock it behind. He gets a hand on it again, and from our vantage point, it looked pretty clean.
Sure did. Wow. Russ Smith, so much energy. Blackshear, nice little show and go, mid-range pull up. Russ Smith, just stay right there, young fella. It'll come right back to you.
Yeah. Webster Chan knocks down the first of two. You know, the scouting report on this young man, excellent defender, and boy, he's looked good in one-on-one defending situations against these hard-to-guard backcourt men for Louisville. Tim Henderson out of Louisville, Kentucky. Number 15 in the ball game for Rick Pitino. His team up by 6. Van Treese open. Back rim. Ball is tipped out of bounds. It'll remain Louisville basketball.
That zone is stretching out a little bit. Rick Pitino is going to recognize that and probably going at halftime and say, let's put Zhang right there. He's worked really hard at that 8 to 12-foot jump shot. If it keeps stretching out and there's still a gap in the middle, you can really expose Missouri.
Just a fraction of a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Henderson pressured by Bell. Nice bounce pass into the lane.
Wow.
And laid up and in by Shane Bohannon.
Henderson with poise. Terrific pass and great finish.
Bell, and it may have been deflected as it left his hand. Pretty good job by Tim Henderson coming in for Rick Pitino at the end. Henderson doesn't play a lot, and he was pressured, and he answered.
Talk about pressure, ball pressure, pressure to make the right play, and Rick Pitino showing confidence in all of his guys.
And Rick Pitino right now with Carolyn.
Coach, can you assess the first half?
Well, we did a great job in the beginning of creating our zone defense that's causing only jump shots. Then we made really silly fouls that put our best players on the bench. But our reserves did a good job of holding it right now. We got an 8-point lead.
What is Russ Smith giving you that he maybe couldn't give you last season?
Well, he's a mature guy. He's just got to focus in. He gets so excited when he dunks the ball. I just told him, I said, Russ, every 5'8" kid in the streets of New York can dunk a ball. Play defense.
Thank you, Coach. Dave.
Oh. Well, here at the half, it's number 2 Louisville with an 8-point lead over 13th ranked Missouri. And there's Smith dunking the ball as we go to our NBC Sports studio. The comparison of the 2 point guards. Take a look at our first half stats brought to you by Coke Zero, and you see the 14 turnovers for Missouri and the 17 points off turnovers scored by Louisville. A couple of other numbers that really jump off the first half stat sheet. Again, the winner of this game will get 5th-ranked Duke in the championship game. Duke with a hard-fought win over VCU in the other semifinal game earlier tonight.
And that was a good number you saw there real quick on your screen. Missouri, when they're trailing, they're 3-3 under Hayden. When they're winning at halftime, they're 31-1.
Yeah. Siva with the pressure on Pressey, who handles it. Bowers in the lane. Difficult bounce pass to Ross, and Zhang with the block, but there was a foul. I think the foul's on Wayne Blackshear.
Well, that's good that it's on Blackshear and not Zhang. If you're Louisville, you need to have Zhang on the floor.
Let's go to Carolyn Mano.
Well, Frank Haith looked at the same stat sheet you both did at halftime. He said turnovers, a lot of turnovers. He also said be patient on offense against the zone. That's a major adjustment they're making. And for Phil, trust your teammates. He really wants them to stay calm in this second half, Dave.
Well, Louisville with the 6-point lead in the basketball.
Well, Missouri not doing a bad job. When Louisville throws the zone at them, they've only taken 9 3-pointers. Usually you see that number much higher when teams are panicking and can't get anything else going.
Now Siva off the Zhang screen. Can't connect on the jumper. Zhang got a hand on it, out of bounds. And it will be Missouri basketball.
That shot we just saw Peyton Siva shoot there is much more important than him knocking down 3-pointers. You come off of a screen, teams are going to start to push you way out. If you can't make that jump shot for your team, you are going to struggle. And we're just talking about this season. We're not even talking about giving himself an opportunity to play in the league.
Inside Oriaki, count the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line.
One aspect of Alex Oriaki's game that was missing at UConn was the fact that he didn't touch the ball. Missouri's making sure, and there's Siva raked across the face. And good focus, good concentration by Alex Oriaki, but Missouri's making sure he touches the basketball, and they are challenging Zhang down low. You got to make your free throws, though, big fella.
Bohannon nearly lost it, gets it to Siva. Peyton Siva now with 3 personal fouls. Zhang, good ball fake. Off the glass, too strong. Bohannon lays it up and in.
Zhang got away with the travel there. That's exactly, and Patino's telling him shoot it. That's exactly where they want Zhang to catch the basketball.
Now Ross had it knocked away, but recovers. Difficult pass there. Now Siva hands it off. Blackshear draws the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Zhang catching this ball exactly where you want him to. Turn, look, and just check out the feet. Man, that's a travel there. You can't reestablish that pivot foot. Obviously, you got to go up and shoot the ball. And then here, Ross really hurting his team right now. As you see, he's going to be subbed out for Missouri. Haith understands. He turns the ball over at one end, commits a foul at the other. Yeah, he's a high energy guy. But when you're down 7, and you really have to start to make a push, you need to make intelligent basketball plays if you're Missouri.
So Siva has to sit down with his 3 personal fouls. Bell for Missouri, bounce pass underneath. Doing a good job drawing the contact was Lawrence Bowers. He couldn't finish. He'll shoot 2.
How about getting him some touches? He's the team's leading scorer. You know, he's averaging just more than 16. You know, he's your veteran, senior leader. Why not get him some touches? You know, he'd be a perfect guy. And there you see, 19 and 10 yesterday versus Stanford. He doesn't need a lot. Efficient, 9 of 15. Again, how many times have we seen free throws, you know, just in the course of 2 days really affect teams and almost be the difference? We saw earlier Shaka Smartson could not buy a free throw down the stretch, missing 6 straight late in the second half.
And Bowers misses both. He's only attempted 2 shots from the field. Bohannon last second goes underneath. Hancock gets it out to Smith for the 3. That's good.
Best offensive set of the entire tournament for any team right there.
And a nice job by Van Treese. Now Smith another 3, and that was deflected. Webster Chan got a hand on it. Now Bohannon pulls out of the pass, knocks it down, and he is fouled on the elbow. Well, let's go back to that last possession you like so much for Louisville.
1 pass, 2, 3, 4 to an open, wide open Russ Smith knocking down the 3, and championship teams find ways to score in every situation. And that's exactly what you saw there from Bohannon.
Big East All-Rookie team last year. Smith with a rebound off the missed free throw. Hancock down, and it becomes a 5-point play.
They really make you pay for your mistakes. Haith wanted a timeout, but Pressey's just so fast.
Looks underneath Oriaki, and that ends an 11-0 Louisville run.
And probably a good thing that Pressey didn't see Haith wanting a timeout. Quiet this crowd down a little bit.
Oriaki with the block on Russ Smith.
Alex Oriaki, he really has the long arms. He has the neck. again, just that UConn never put in a situation to totally succeed. And he's feeling comfortable here as he rips down a rebound.
Pressey into the lane, ball fake. Webster Chan wide open, knocks it down. Now Smith. And he's going to draw the foul. Keon Bell.
Hey, Missouri doing the job. This was when Haith wanted to call a timeout. Alex Oriaki from Pressey. Again, he's learning to play with the point guard, and you just get to a spot. Pressey sees a lot. He's got terrific vision for a guy his size. There are a lot of guards his size around the country, and a lot of them are just strictly scorers. He sees guys.
Hancock, Van Treese swings it. Smith, bounce pass underneath. Van Treese couldn't handle the pass cleanly, but recovers to find Blackshear for the three.
And it's amazing how the three-point shot can just change the way a game is going in an instant, or in this case, in 3 plays for Louisville.
Underneath, and a strong finish by Alex Oriaki. He'll go to the line.
It's a great play, but eventually you're going to have to guard the three-point line. You can't trade threes for twos. You got to get it in Phil Pressey's hand.
By Atlantis. This holiday, give the gift of Atlantis with our special friends and family package. Visit Atlantis.com for details. Donnie, nice of you to shoot that while you were struggling today. Kind of a little double duty.
Yeah, you know, I figured I know I'm out relaxing, but I wanted to help the team out a little bit.
Well, Louisville's got a couple of guys that we need to keep an eye on in terms of the foul situation. I mentioned Siva, Zhang also with 3. Smith, Hancock, and Blackshear with 2 each.
You know, I know Russ Smith is really starting to prove himself, but the 2 most important guys are in foul trouble, Zhang and Siva. And you got to get those guys back on the floor. That may be what gets Missouri back into this game, depending on how long Pitino leaves Siva and Zhang on the bench.
10-point game. Smith forced out by Criswell. Harrell with a bounce pass. Blackshear pulls up short. Keon Bell able to chase it down.
If you're Missouri, patience against that zone. Wow. Got away with one. Hancock did not need the gamble.
Harrell finishes at the rim on the nice feed from Smith.
For Louisville to get to that championship level, it's about their auxiliary players who can step up in 3 minutes, 8 minutes. And Harrell showing us right there he could be one of the guys.
And a 5-second closely guarded call against Pressey.
And here you go, Russ Smith running, push the basketball. Harrell, use that length. You know, we're talking about wingspans. Harrell's wingspan is up there. He's around 7'6".
Wasn't any room there. Smith found it, but then turned it over. Pressey. Webster Chan. Criswell inside. Oriaki. Boy, Louisville just so tough. Getting into this ball game, giving up less than 48 points a game down. I mean, this is a little different level competition here with Missouri.
And that's where Oriaki has to be strong with the ball. He can't lead with the basketball. He's got to lead with his body and go up and finish strong.
Number 2, Louisville trying to set up. 14-10 remaining here in the second half of this second semifinal game. Duke defeated VCU later to get into the championship, or earlier I should say, to get into the championship game tomorrow. Which of these 2 teams will join them? Smith, watched by Pressey. Hancock into the lane. Nice little step back. Too strong with the shot. Keon Bell with the rebound. Roy Smith again with those active hands. Back the other way. Lays it up and in.
Great job there by Smith to take off a little bit earlier. Don't have to dunk everything.
As
Still
Coach
counts as
Pitino
two,
said. Yeah, right. Smith almost got a hand on that one. Pressey open for the three, knocks it down. I don't think they're going to have to talk to Phil Pressey too much more about looking for a shot and being more of a scorer. You got a great looking stroke from out there, Donnie.
I think they need to go the other way and talk to him about taking care of the basketball. He's got 7 turnovers tonight, and he's scoring the ball well. It's just the passing that he's struggling with a little bit.
15 points to lead the Tigers. The man with the ball, Russ Smith, 15 to lead Louisville. How quick he is with that move. And the ball was kicked.
And the little fella's getting it done here. Russ Smith. Take off. Pressey didn't want any part of that. Got some fouls to deal with, and look at Pressey.
He's well behind that arc.
NBA range from there. And Peyton Siva back in the game. Still a nice little cushion for Louisville. It's nice to get him in the game with just under 13 to go.
Harrell short from the free throw line.
But how are you going to attack the zone? 18 turnovers for Missouri, and they are struggling against this zone.
Criswell missed from the baseline, gets the rebound. Boy, difficult pass. And a blocking foul against Harrell, who tried to draw the charge.
Harrell looked like he fell before there was even really any contact. I mean, he wasn't even touched.
Kind of threw himself back.
The way you have to sell it is go the way the offense is pushing you. You can't fall straight down. But he fell out of the air like a rock.
Coach Pitino continues to work the officials. Criswell makes 1 out of 2. 10-point ball game. Now Smith, Pressey right up in his face. Siva against Webster Chan. Good job by Hancock to handle the high pass. Puts it up off the glass and in.
Crafty little player, kind of plays at his own pace. Not a very quick player. Good basketball IQ. I mean, just understands who he is. But more importantly, who he isn't.
Yeah. Missouri down by 12. Down the shot clock. Bowers had to settle for an 18-footer. Missouri got an offensive rebound, but nowhere near close on the putback. Hancock, long three is good.
Got to be one of the best set shooters in college basketball. Doesn't get a lot of elevation, but he has a lot of confidence when he's shooting it.
As I mentioned, Donnie, he came into this game having made just 4 out of 29. He's got the green light. He's got a good-looking shot. Just about every time it leaves his hand, looks like it's got a chance to go in. But like anything else, it's confidence.
Yeah, it really is. And what happens when you start to miss shots, you start to steer the basketball. You don't shoot it. You try to shot put it and get it around the rim. It's like trying to get a long putt close. You're not really trying to make it. You're just trying to get it close. In basketball, you got to make it.
Well, you get a guy like Hancock going, and you start looking down this Louisville roster, and they got a lot of different weapons, different guys. I mean, we haven't really seen Shane Bohannon be a force, but he can be.
Blackshear still looking for that jumper to fall consistently.
Well, Pressey draws the foul on Russ Smith. And Rick Pitino has an expression and something to say about every possession. We're not going to speculate.
Well, one, you hope he's okay, and there he is. That's when you got to go, you got to go. And with a lead like this, I guess you can give yourself a pass.
Malkovich inside, Oriaki. Webster Chan. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Pressey. Malkovich with some time. Rattles in and out. Criswell with the putback.
Missouri fortunate there. Lack of movement. Ball went in the post. Alex Oriaki had 2 guys on him. Just waited too long to swing that. Got away with one there. Good offensive rebound.
Hancock, he took a look at the basket. He thought about it. Steve at 10 on the shot clock. Smith, elevate. Boy, there was some contact there. He was hit by Pressey.
Yeah, I think most of it, though, was, wow, as he almost comes up with a steal right in front of us. I think a lot of that contact was initiated by Russ Smith.
Was it? Yeah.
Got up in the air. You know, watching it live looked like a pretty good contest. Hancock getting a huge hand.
Not too many dribblers in college basketball are going to get any lower to the court than Pressey, but how low Smith gets with his hands. Missouri needs to string some offensive possessions together. Pressey's pass deflected by Bohannon. Chang spins away from Moriaki.
Pressey's just giving that ball up a little bit too soon. It's his 8th turnover of the game.
Siva. Bohannon. And it's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's a tough little call there. He's driving towards the bench. Webster Kahn takes a charge towards the basket. Yeah, I don't know. There was contact. It's one of the toughest calls in basketball for the officials. You can look at this from either way and say this could go either way. There was contact. Was he there? Was he set?
I think it was more the kind of the lowering of the shoulder that it looked, especially from the official's vantage point, than it was whether or not Webster Chan was actually set.
And you almost have to make a call, you know, one way or the other.
(62-49) Louisville lead.
Missouri using up too much clock. You know, you have to show patience, but you also have to show a sense of urgency. Look at that clock, 3 seconds, 2.
Siva, terrific job defensively against Pressey. That's a great matchup.
Good defense by Louisville, but again, the ball is going east to west. It has to go north to south, and Pressey can break anyone down out here. Have to keep Louisville or try to get them on their heels a little bit. You got 8 minutes to go in this game. Show a sense of urgency if you want to get back in it. Now is when you have to make a move.
Siva with some nifty ball handling all the way to the basket. Hands it off to Bohannon. He lays it in.
Such a terrific ball handler, always on balance. And terrific again. I just love guards of any size that see the entire floor.
Pressey, long 3, too strong. Jankovic no good, tipped up a couple of times by Bowers, and now it's recovered by Zhang.
And now time is on your side if you're Louisville. Don't have to be in a hurry.
Siva going to the basket, is fouled.
Peyton Siva, they say they have a coffee, it's called Seattle's Best Coffee. Well, this is Seattle's best point guard, breaking down the defense, finding Bohannon.
Championship that was won by Tommy Amaker's Harvard Crimson last year, and we'll see Amaker's team on the NBC Sports Network Tuesday night at home against the Catamounts of Vermont. Siva knocks the second one down.
And Siva's first missed free throw. He was coming into this game, he was 10 of 10 from the free throw line. But he's got that shot down.
4 Cardinals in double figures. Smith with 15, Hancock with a career-high 14. Bohannon 11, Blackshear with 10. Oriaki inside, gets it off the glass and in.
Alex Oriaki, he knows how to carve out space. Again, he's and I know it sounds crazy as a senior, he's getting accustomed to getting touches in the post area here with Missouri.
Now Siva looking for some help. Now gets it back. Siva, Smith, Blackshear, Bohannon, and Zhang.
Love it.
Siva knocks that one down.
Love it. Balance, rotation. Had his mind made up. That's half the battle with making jump shots, is just believing and understanding when you're going to take the shot.
5 Cardinals now in double figures. Siva with 11. Bowers tipped up and in.
Bowers has basically been a non-factor. And Alex Oriaki continuing to do work down in the post with 15 points, excuse me.
Louisville was looking for a little basket interference on that tip-in. We saw that call in the last game. Blackshear steps back, knocks it down. Pressy, pressure by Siva and Smith. Underneath, laid up and in by Lawrence Bowers. Underneath, Bohannon.
Tough play.
After Ross tried to save it, he showed some great hustle.
Yeah, saving it under your own basket.
Yep.
More times than not, ends up in a bucket for the other team.
Boy, nice pass there by Pressy into Oriaki, but he couldn't finish. Back the other way comes Smith. Hands it off, and it's going to be a traveling violation on Russ Smith.
There, Ross. Good hustle. Just to the wrong colored shirt. And he's got to fault his teammates for that. He's retreating, he's running back. They have to run back with him and help him out.
.440 remaining. 71-55. Louisville lead. Webster Chan underneath. Oriaki. Lost it out of his hands.
Thought he made his mind up before he really put the ball down. You have to take your time. And I remember working with Alex Oriaki when he was at UConn and telling him time and time again, no one can do anything until you make a move with the basketball. So take your time, be under control.
Siva against Pressy. Hancock with the ball fake, and then
Boy.
Draws the foul.
Smart player, isn't he?
Yep.
The only way this works, though, Dave, is if you've made a couple.
Yeah.
And now they're playing you. Webster Chan just gets himself in the air. And I mean, he's a confident player. Let's put it that way, Hancock. And game yesterday, Patino tried to tell him a couple things. And let's just say Hancock didn't really agree with them. But I think Patino respects the fact that he has a player that is smart. He's confident, he's a tough guy, and he's going to need him. When you get into Big East play, it's going to get physical, it's going to get aggressive. You need a guy who can step up and make plays for you.
And I liked your description earlier, a guy that plays the game at his own pace, and he won't let, you know, maybe a more aggressive or athletic defender speed him up. He's going to still make his move at his pace. Pressey with the floater, too strong, punched out by Criswell. Pressey pulls up for three. I think fatigue is starting to set in a little bit here late in the second half.
You watch the scoreboard a little bit, you see where you're at with the points, and it's close to 20. You're feeling that it's out of reach, but remember, these games, coaches are still going to, they're going to address some problems, and they're also,
Jang, nice feed from Siva.
they're going to give guys grades. And regardless of what the score is, you have to play the right way.
Pressey to Bowers. Nice strong move to the rim, lays it in. Lawrence Bowers, you mentioned, coming into this ball game, leading scorer for this Missouri team, and has done most of his scoring in the second half of ball games.
Yeah.
With just 6 points with that lay-in. Siva pulls up, knocks it down.
You know, once this game is over and the national media get a hold of it and they say Siva versus Pressey, in the end, it's all about who wins. And you know, Peyton Siva understands that. Pressey, his 9th turnover of the game. Listen, in all fairness to Phil Pressey, it's a brand new team. He and really one other teammate were on this team last year, so suited up in uniform.
And he doesn't have his normal running mate, Michael Dixon,
right,
who's serving that team suspension. Made the trip with the team. Underneath the Zhang, and he'll go to the line. We remind you again, we'll have doubleheader tomorrow beginning at 7 Eastern right here on the NBC Sports Network. In the third place game, it'll be VCU against Missouri. And 9:30, a top 5 matchup early in the season. Number 2 Louisville, number 5 Duke.
Boy, I call this the Atlantean 8. And honestly, and not just because we're here, you talk to some players, Peyton Siva, you know, Phil Pressey in this game. I don't know if there's a better tournament this time of year anywhere in America.
Smith off the glass and in. Well, in a time of night in a gym that's hot and still sweaty, he still has energy.
Dave, we're in a ballroom at midnight, and Russ Smith is playing like his life is on the line. Come on. Kid can't be serious right now. Wow.
Now Webster Chan, watched by Hancock, to the baseline. The one-hand floater is short, gets his own rebound, lays it up and in.
Well, we've seen a couple teams. You know, I watched Minnesota the last couple days there. 2 players probably away from being pretty good. Very good, I should say. And I think Missouri's right there. And obviously they have, next semester, they will have both of their players waiting to come and play for Frank Haith, and they will be a terrific team then. Just too much, I think, for Pressey to put on his shoulders right now.
See the call for carrying the basketball. He looked at his coach for some sympathy, and Rick said, no, you carried it.
Yeah, I got to agree with the ref there.
Criswell from the elbow knocks it down.
That was Peyton Siva's first turnover of the night. Pretty impressive. With the intensity and the level they are playing at. For Peyton Siva to have his first turnover with about a minute to go in the game is pretty special.
Well on the shot clock. Smith pulls it back. Russ Smith through the legs, stops, drops it back. Hancock for three, knocks it down. His fifth three-pointer of the night.
They're going to need him to get it going and keep it going because Duke awaits.
A terrific matchup in store in the championship game. And VCU Missouri will be a fun game in our third-place contest. And Russ Smith.
2 seconds on the clock, Dave Strader. Russ Smith is on the floor, scrapping.
Yeah, Russ Smith is just so much fun to watch. We're here in a ballroom. It's almost midnight. It's like he's saying, I'll tell you when the last dance is.
You got to love the kid. You got to love his energy. But if you're Louisville, you came in here, you focused, and you got it done.
Rick Pitino standing by with Carolyn.
Coach, what triggered your ability to pull away in the second half?
Amazing thing is, our two best players sat on the bench when we did it. That speaks volumes of what type of players we are. And I said it all along, if we can get Luke Hancock away from our fans, who just put so much heat on him every time he missed a shot, he's going to stop making them, and he did tonight.
You mentioned the foul trouble. What do you want Siva to take away from this game?
Well, you know, except for that carry, he didn't have a turnover in the game. It's pretty awesome playing against that type of talent.
You now move on to play Duke. Whoever wins this tournament is going to run the gauntlet. I mean, physical game after physical game. How important will your depth be?
I think it'll be the one thing I noticed about the stat sheet from Duke and didn't see the game. The one thing I noticed, thank God I don't have a wig, is they shot 24 for 27 from the line. So if they don't make the threes, they're still killing you.
What is wrong with your guards?
One is ridiculous, the other is normal.
Coach, thank you very much.
And speaking of the guard, Steven Smith standing by with Kenny Rice.
Well, I hope I can bring them out of their shell over here, Dave. Russ Smith and Peyton Siva. Is that becoming a ritual to rub the coach's hair after a big victory?
Nah, we like to mess around with Coach. You know how Coach is. Coach loosened up. He's happy, so we get to bother him a little bit.
You guys didn't mess around tonight at all, Peyton. What was the game plan going in against a Missouri team that had a lot of quickness?
We just try to contain Phil Pressey. You know, he's one of the best point guards in the nation. Missouri's a great team, and we just try to contain him. You know, we did a good job of turning him over, but, he got a lot of his players in good positions to score, so that was just our main focus, and, we shot a lot better today, so that was our best thing.
At any time in the back of your mind this week, and I'm going to pose this to you, Russ, and ask you first, Phil has said quite confidently that he's the best point guard in America. Do you think that might have spurred Peyton on a bit?
I mean, as he should. Every guy has the right to say that they feel like they're the best, but Peyton's my teammate, and I'm behind him 100%. I feel like he's the best point guard in the nation, and that's how I feel. That's my teammate, and that's exactly what I believe. And as long as he keep carrying out, doing what he's doing, we keep getting these wins. That's what's important. That's all that matters.
And he was doing it tonight. You get 5 guys in double figures. That's a lot of ball movement.
Definitely. He knows where to hop the ball. He knows the right decisions to make. He knows what to do, and I have complete confidence and faith in him.
As far as coming into tonight, was there a point in the game that you felt you really had control of this whole event long before the score popped up like it did?
I felt like we had control when Russ stole the ball at the end of the game and passed it to me, and the clock ran out.
That was it?
That was it.
How does this performance stack up against any you put together so far this season?
I think it was a great performance. I think everybody came out and played hard. Now we just got to prepare for Duke tomorrow.
And speaking of, I know you've seen these Blue Devils play. What do you think about them?
They're a great team. You know, they're big, they're fast, they can shoot the ball. And, you know, Missouri shot about 40% tonight, and we got to do a better job at, you know, containing the defenders. And tomorrow we got to do a great job at Duke and keeping them off the glass. They're a great team and well-coached team, and Coach K, and we look forward to that battle tomorrow.
What about Duke?
Man, Duke, the history speaks for itself. The coach speaks for itself. We just got to be ready to play tomorrow. And I feel like our guys are up to the task. You know, we were a little bit tight yesterday. We came out here and loosened up. Guys are in the right positions. They have the right mind. And I think we should go out and perform pretty well.
And you both have a horse named for you by Coach Pitino.
Yeah.
Yours is a little different, though, Russ.
Yeah, mine's another story. Right? We don't even want to get into that.
Yours is a little unpredictable, they tell me.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you more predictable in your game, do you feel, this year?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely picking and choosing. I feel like I know when I'm wrong, and I know the right decisions to make. And the game is really slowing down for me. And all I got to do is make the right decisions and get the ball to the right spots.
And Siva is the fast horse.
Yeah.
You get up and down the court like you get tonight. That's what you got to do against Duke tomorrow, you feel?
Definitely. We got to come out and play hard tomorrow.
All right, guys, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Best wishes to you. All right, thank you. Peyton Siva and Russ Smith. I guess I'll go back in and rub Rick's hair now. Over to you, Dave.
All right, thanks very much. Peyton Siva coming over here and showing us a little bit of love as well. And he is our Atlantis Impact player. And not just because he came over and shook our hands. We had already made this decision.
Listen, he's a great kid. So many more stories, and we'll have a chance to talk about him tomorrow night, about his play and off the floor and the kind of person he is. But, you know, right now, Louisville and Rick Pitino have to be really proud of him, the way he bounced back. You know, it's not just about one game. It's taking those games that you struggle in and turning them around, and he did just that tonight.
Well, the last thing Rick Pitino said to Carolyn Mano after the game last night, he said, Peyton Siva wasn't very good. He will be better tomorrow. The coach already knew that, and boy, did the young man answer the challenge. And look at the way this